Hey everyone, so I was having this conversation with a co-worker the other day. Actually, not co-worker because I refuse to associate myself with her. But this conversation, first she asked me where I was from, and I was like, well, my skin's brown, not green. Like, is that really a question? And the whole question just irritates me to begin with because if I had white skin, then how many people would be asking where I was from? And you don't even want to know where I'm from because I'm from Nottingham, I'm from England, the UK, but people ask, so where are your parents from? Where are your parents born? Well, they're born in this country too. Where are your grandparents born? They're born in this country too. Well, yeah, and it just goes back and back and back. And if my family line retains its colour, then where will the question stop? Like, will my grandson or granddaughter be asked where he or she is from? What about his children or her children? And the generation after that? People that ask that question will never be satisfied. At one point, I kind of joked with one of them to see how they'd react, by saying that both my grandparents were born here. And this got went off the deep end, like saying, "Oh, there's no way that your parents were born here," and just stupidness like that. Like, first of all, go, how dare you? Because luckily, both grandmas at least on both sides of my family are alive at the time of recording. But if that's what they told me, then what other reasons do I have for not believing them? Just because they have this colour? Well, I just don't get it. If they and 5 generations before them were actually born here, then she would have just died. Before I go any further into this, let's just analyse the question. Where are you from? Is the person really asking about you or your family? Because technically, your mother or your father isn't you, if you know what I mean. Like, if you were born in France and your parents were born in Switzerland, then which one would you be? If you were born in America, but your grandparents were from Australia, but yet you had like Indian skin, then what would you be? Would you be you or your country? If you're saying to me, where are you from? From what I hear, you're asking where I'm from. So I don't even know why she just went up the deep end. And this other black woman, this other woman was asked where my parents were from, and like just for the sake of it, I just said Jamaica because that's where my family are from. Then she asked me what city, and I was like, you know what? I don't know, because at the time I didn't know, and I still don't know now because I really have no reason to know as well, and they didn't tell me either. I mean, regardless if they're born in Kingston or in some other Jamaican city, I mean, I don't know all too much about Jamaica, and like, it wouldn't be much use to me anyway, you know, right? Like, to me, Jamaica is just Jamaica. To me, I don't know much about the country, and like, if you would say any city in the country, I'd be like, so is that near the beach? Or, like, you know what I mean? I just don't know anything about it. And you think that would be okay with her, right? Because you can't help what you don't know. Girl. I just went off the deep end too, like, well, you should know because it's your heritage and they are your roots. You should have an obligation to find out exactly where your parents are from. And my children know exactly where I'm from. The city, the town, where I grew up, what school I went to, what college I went to, what university. Like, okay, girl, calm it. Girl, just calm down. Like, who cares if I don't know one piece of relatively useless information? Like, it's not your business, it's not your life, so what's really the problem? Like, it's just another example of someone trying to throw their beliefs on you. Like, well, I'm a vegetarian and I eat tuna and mayonnaise every single day. Why don't you? Like, okay, like, good luck with your life. Let me just live mine. Let me just adjust the lighting on here because. Okay, that's kind of bad. Tara's just like, excuse me, lady, to whom I don't even know. I mean, I'm so insignificant to her, like, I'm a stranger to her. She's a stranger to me too. So if one person doesn't know which city their grandparents were born in, what does it matter to you? And plus, I live for the here and now. Where I'm from means where I'm born and where I grew up. Like, I'll always be from Nottingham, I'll always be from England, Britain, UK, whatever. And if I was born in Spain, then hey, I'm Spanish. If I was born in India, regardless of my skin colour, then I'm Indian. If I was born in the US, then I'd say I'm American. So, really, what is the big problem? And after that moment, it's a non-stop interrogation, like, also, what Jamaican foods do you like? And what's your favourite reggae artist? And first of all, I don't really care for reggae music just because all the homophobic slurs, I just don't want to pay attention to, number one. Number two, I can't even understand what they're saying. Like, it's English, but it's not English. It's like, wait, Wait, no. It's it's it's. Oh wait! Oh my! I actually forgot. Hang on. Oh, don't actually cannot remember. Wow, that is so bad. Honestly, girl, my heritage and my roots start here. And what's how dare you to define what my roots would be? They're my roots. I define them. If I want to plant my seeds here and let my trees grow right in this soil, which is England, then that's what will happen. Like, why is it up to other people to define what you are? Patois, that's what it is. Patois, I think. Questions, I was just like really generic stuff like dumplings, rice and peas, um, curry, goat, curry chicken, curry pork, curry whatever, Akin saltfish, and she was just like, "Yes, I know about those. Is that really all you know?" Like, girl, please, what is this? Another A level or something? And after saying all these things, she was just like, "You're not Jamaican. You're not Jamaican." If I have to follow all these rules and expectations just to claim to be Jamaican, then hey, I'm not Jamaican. You made that decision for me. I mean, as far as I see it, nationality is, except for the legal aspect of it, is self-defined, and even ethnicity to an extent. Because if you really want to be political about it, then everyone's from Africa in the first place, so we're all African. I mean, really, how far back do you go until there's that point where you say, no, actually, I'm this, not this? What if I was white? Could I still say I'm Jamaican? There have been so many stories where there have been like two white couples giving birth to a black child, or a black couple giving birth to a white child. And other people might be very proud of being like Jamaican or African or whatever they identify as, and go, that's great, you do you. But when someone like me comes along and says, no, actually, I'm British, then really live and let live. I just don't understand why people can't do that. Like, I hope she doesn't mind me saying anything about this, but I'm sure like it's a story which everyone has. It was like her mother was born here and then grew up in Nigeria, and it's like we're having some sort of debate like, is she British or Nigerian? It's like, but really at the end of the day, it's up to her whatever she is. She defines it. It's her life. And there are some aspects of certain black communities which I refuse to associate myself with at all for my own reasons. And if people want me to go in that, then girl, I can. But seeing what kind of person I am, girl, do I even look Jamaican? But with this hair, girl, like if it wasn't for the skin color, would even everyone guess that I was Jamaican? Like what? Even the way I talk like I talk white. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's just ridiculous. Too ridiculous for me. So no, that's just something I want to talk about. And girl, and this other person who was just like, he was a friend of hers. I didn't know what their situation is right now, but she was just like, "Oh, I'm proud of my roots. I go, I'm proud of my roots too. They're growing brilliantly. Can you tell? Look how healthy they are, honey. Look how healthy my roots are. That's what I say my roots are. My roots are in my head, honey. I don't know what planet you're living on. Plus, who says that we all have this obligation to investigate where we all are? Like, really, girl, I live for here in the future. Like, I don't. But then again, that's just me. So. Go please. But to say that everyone else like has an obligation to find out what their roots are. My roots are here. I plant them here. So yeah. That's it for me. You'll see more from me soon. Leave comments. I want leave comments below because I want to hear discussions. I want to read discussions on this. So yeah. Peace. Girl please. I'm not Jamaican. Girl please.